Hey guys, so my mom one time when I was visiting my sister in college with my mom, she fell 3 times, and by the third time, I just kept walking. I was tired of it, and I was called a bad son. Dude,
Really?
how many times did your mom fall before you were like, "Fuck this"?
Okay, so obviously
My sister stayed with her and helped her up, but
the
like,
first time she falls, it's like, "Oh shit, like why what the fuck? Why'd you fall?" But then the second and third time you're like, "What is going on with you right now? Why the fuck do you keep falling
you want to
down?"
hear another funny thing that happened on that trip?
What?
So it was like 2012. My sister's at some like show where like they gave awards or something because she's a big old nerd, and
Nerd.
This Indian student on the way there, she starts talking to my mom, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting into like recreational cannabis." And my mom's never done drugs in her life, and she's like, "Oh,
Swag.
that's great. I'm really excited for you." So to that man, my very Catholic at the time 50-year-old mother was like the coolest woman on earth because she's supporting his dream of opening a recreational cannabis farm.
Do you think she really understood what he meant?
Nope, I told her after.
Yeah, he's like,
She was like, "Oh my."
yeah, it's like, mom, he all he was saying in a fancy way was he's gonna go smoke weed. That's all he's saying. You're like,
Yeah.
well, good for you. Follow your dreams.
Yeah.
And then it's like he was speaking a different
I
language.
bet your parents are super proud of you.
I
By the
mean,
way, this is
maybe
we didn't say that. I'm
welcome back to
Michael.
the podcast, guys.
That's Caleb.
One and only. What were we talking about right before this?
Tripping.
Oh yeah, your mom tripping. Dude, that is some of the most embarrassing shit you can deal with as a kid if your parent is just out and about and they fall down.
Because you care when you're that young.
Because everyone else, well, yeah, you care at that age, but also like everyone else when they're around you or when they're around your parent when they fall, everyone's so concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And you just want them to get the fuck up as fast as possible and not make a scene about it.
Dude, stop being such a drama queen, mom.
I know. Stand the fuck,
Get the
get
fuck
up.
off the road. What are you trying to
You're
be?
40 years old. How have you not learned to fucking not fall down in public?
Big girls don't cry.
That happened once at a football game. My mom just fucking fell.
Like
It's
a
so
varsity game or like your game?
No, I think I was in like the 8th grade
Oh,
or
okay.
7th grade, and she was just standing there and then fell and wiped out. My mom, apparently, she falls like not.
Dude,
It's
old
not
people
that
fall.
infrequently. Yeah, she's
They
just
fall
like,
quite a bit.
dude. Oh my God, did I tell you? I didn't even fucking talk about this. My mom fell on like it was Christmas Eve, right?
Okay.
She fell when she was walking outside and was laying down for. I have to tell you this fucking story. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so pissed off right now. Okay, so it was Christmas, the most recent Christmas, whatever. We all go to my grandma's house, and she lives in this tiny condo. It's fucked, and I don't understand why we're meeting there because there's like it's an old people's neighborhood. So there's like there's one street parking and there's one it's like a one-car garage. It's not meant to host fucking like 40 people. 40 no, it's not 40, but like 20 Korean people in this little place. It doesn't make any sense. So we all have to like park all fucked up, and apparently my car and Mariah's car, the producer, um we were blocking the entrance. So this old guy was outside motherfucking us. First, I had my keys in my jacket. I put them where I was supposed to. I went into that room to go get my fucking keys so I can move my car. Someone moved my jacket. So I'm standing around. I said, "Who moved my shit? Where's my fucking jacket?" Probably for 10
He was
minutes.
having a hissy fit.
10 minutes straight, I'm yelling in this house because they're trying to figure out like who needs to move a car. I'm like, where are my fucking keys? No one's listening to me. I'm like losing it. Finally, someone's like, check the fucking the where the laundry machine is. People are we're moving coats there. So I find my fucking keys on the other side of the condo. What the fuck? So then I get out there, move my car. This old guy starts motherfucking me as soon as I get outside. He gets out of his car and gets up real close to my fucking
And you're
face.
like, "Hey, where are your grandkids? They're not here. This is why."
Yeah, no, he was being so fucking like crotchety, this old fuck. So he goes, "You can't park here. This is not a place for you to park. You can't even be here." I'm like, "Well, we have family in
You
town." It
should
was
have
like
been like,
my uncle was in the military, flew in from Florida, and we were having like fucking like we're spending Christmas together. And he was like, none of that matters." So I just gave him what for. I was like, "I don't." In
you should have
case you
said,
didn't,
"You
no,
want to
listen.
die tonight?"
I said, in case you didn't hear me, I got louder. We have family in town. That's why there's so many people here. I'm not sure you understand that. I'm like fucking yelling at this dude who's like 78 and his wife's in the car like this, and then he runs outside and he starts like fucking making up a story right in front of my dad. Like my dad was already walking over to us, but the
Yeah.
old guy didn't see him. So my dad's like, "What's going on?" Like, and he was like, "Your son got in my face," and he was yelling at me. My dad was like, he was standing right there, and you're the one who got out. You're out of your car. You approached him. You were yelling at him, and this old guy just leans in him and goes, "Liar!" Like points his finger in his face. He goes, "Liar!" and then just turns around and walks to his car. My
That's how
dad's
you
like, "Yeah,
lose an
okay, buddy."
argument. If
Well,
you
my dad
start
was a
calling people
cop, so I mean,
liars.
like he knows how to diffuse a situation. But also, I was like, he could be like 6 seconds away from just body slamming this old guy into the next round.
Why would your dad do that to an old man?
He got up in his face and he was yelling
Why
at
your
me.
dad has anger issues?
No, he's just very defensive, and he was like, he was like, "I heard the way he was talking to you, Kip. That wasn't a so okay."
Your
So
dad puts him in a jujitsu hold and crushes his throat.
just yeah,
Just because
picks him
he
up
yelled
like
at
Bane
you.
and go like fucking Batman. No, okay, so we're all back in the house, right? And for some reason, my mom silently takes it upon herself to go apologize to all of the neighbors.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
I was like, "Why are you doing this?" So she's outside for what is like 45 minutes.
Jeez.
So she goes and knocks on a couple doors. She's like, she just want to like apologize and ask to just know if like anyone's planning on leaving tonight because if they are, like, we're parked behind them. And everyone was like fine, they didn't care. The only people who didn't answer were the people that were motherfucking us, the old people.
You put some dog shit on her porch?
No, so what happened was my mom was walking from that house back to her, like back to the thing, and like slipped and fell on the pavement. Get
Oh, I
sh
forgot that's what
she
this was
she
about.
didn't bring her fucking phone with her when she went outside. She didn't have her phone. We called her a couple times and like her phone was ringing. So we were like, she obviously doesn't have her fucking phone. So people went out to go look for her. She was laying down on the fucking outside. She was laying down.
Time out. Your mom went to people's houses and ruined their Christmas or Christmas Eve like celebrations to tell them that they're
Yeah,
parked in
she went
without
outside
her
bothering
phone.
people. Yes.
What's wrong with your mom,
I
dude?
fucking yelled at her in front of everyone. I said, "What the
How
fuck
does
is
she
wrong
lay
with you?"
outside for 45 minutes too? Like, how does no one
Just
look
listen to
out?
this. So she's laying outside. She said she was laying outside for at least 20 minutes on the ground, right? She's like fucking hurt or whatever. Get the fuck, bounce back. Get the fuck up.
Crawl to the door if you have
Jesus
to,
Christ.
dude.
Yeah, roll the
That's how
fuck
people
over. It's
freeze to death.
how embarrassing. I was so like embarrassed for her. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so my dad goes outside, right, to go look for my mom. And he's like walking.
Your dad must have been pissed being stuck
Dude,
with all the
this
Koreans.
pissed him off so much. Just listen. He said he was doing like walking around like the perimeters of all like the condos just to see if he could see her. And as he was walking in,
Mhm.
he like did like a little like thing like this and saw my mom looking at him laying on the ground and she didn't say anything. So my mom was 100% willing to just continue to lay on the ground outside until someone came and found how much more of a fucking little child idea is that? I'm not gonna bring my phone and I'm just gonna lay out here because I'm hurt until someone comes and picks me up. You're 50, she's 50. She's in her 50s and she still acts like
Dude, some
this.
people like to spend time away from their
Oh
family.
my God. And she
She's
was
taking a
like,
little break.
I'm so embarrassed. And I was like, and my dad was like, what the fuck? Why didn't you say I was standing right next to you. Are you not going to say anything? And then I started laying into her. I was like, what? You saw him. He walked right past you and you didn't fucking say a word. You just lay there. Are you actually fucking retarded? Dude, I yelled at her.
In front of
For
her entire family.
not only that, I yelled at her in front of her entire family. I yelled at her for a week straight. Every time I saw her, dude, including Christmas, the first thing I was just laying in her. I said, I bet you've gone outside walking around doing fuck all without your phone. You're gonna fall again, waiting for someone to come fucking rescue you. What fucking sense does this make? Pisses me off to no fucking end. Walking around outside with no goddamn phone. You slip on ice, you're gonna lay outside for 25
You
minutes.
need to put a chip in her.
I'm gonna fucking have to put an Apple tag on her.
No, you have to put a chip inside her body.
Oh yeah, can you turn this light
You
on?
know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
forgot to do it. Yeah, we're gonna have to fucking chip her like she's a fucking like animal so we can see exactly like where she is.
You were okay. You want to move on to the Chicago thing?
Sure. Oh my God,
Tell
dude,
me
that just
about it.
really fucking up. I just that memory. No, just last time I went to Chicago, it was the craziest thing. Every single time we were like walking around downtown or even like in the metro, the sidewalks and the streets are so fucked up. I'm constantly seeing. I saw probably like every day we're there. I saw at least a dozen people trip
Do
just
you
trying
know
to
why
walk on the
it's all
sidewalk.
fucked up?
No, I don't know why it's all
It's
fucked up.
because Chicago's a swamp from the lake and it's constantly sinking.
Really?
So it has to keep building itself on top of itself. Yeah,
Damn.
that's why it's all fucked up.
The infrastructure there is
Because
fucked.
they built a city in a swamp.
The
What were they
roads
thinking?
aren't that bad, but the sidewalks, dude, like the sidewalks are like go down and like this, and then there'll be one that's like sitting way up here. Dude, I constantly was watching people trip.
Dude, yeah, I'm sure.
It was
It's
actually pretty
slowly
legit.
sinking into the deep.
The people watching there is fun because you do actually watch people fall down. But the people in Chicago, they just get back up. They don't lay on the ground for 25 minutes. They stand the fuck back up and they say, I gotta
Can
go
you
home.
imagine being with your mom? It's funny, you're just laying outside conscious in the middle of a city.
Just,
That'd be so much worse than a neighborhood, dude. Just in the middle of a sidewalk, just laying on her back. Oh, people would help her, but
I'm sure at some point someone would
that's
come
so
over and help her.
dumb.
But yeah, what the fuck kind of sense is that? Just wait. I'm sure your parents will start doing real dumb bullshit like that. It's like a cry for attention or something. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, dude, you should see them try to park like parallel park. They fucking cannot get close to the curb at all, no matter what. They're like at least a half a foot to a foot away from the fucking curb when they parallel park.
It's just. I think we need to just take away people's licenses
When they
and we need
turn
to change the
55.
rules on the road. You have to get like special. You have to be able to drive like a cop. to get a new driver's license,
No, you
and
should.
all the speed limits are now like 10 or 20 miles more.
No,
So
I feel
people
like
can
the
get
speed limits are
around where
so
they need to.
low because of the fucking semi trucks. Like they should have
Well,
their
there'll
own
be new
speed
rules for
limits. We should
semis.
have our own speed limit.
They'll only be able to be in like one side of the lane.
That's what they should do now, but they don't. Semi
It
trucks.
is fucked.
They suck.
How have you ever been just driving through during the winter and you see like semi trucks that have skidded off and they're like the shit is on the side, like the truck has
Yeah.
fallen over? Dude, not this year, but the year before, we were going up to Marion and we saw no shit like 11 semi trucks all on their side.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was bad.
One like how bad was it? Like icy or
The
black
roads were
ice?
icy. It just it yeah,
Did they
it was
jackknife?
I don't know. I don't know if they jack what is that?
It's where like the trailer like goes like that. I think.
It looked like that because it was usually the trailer and then the truck was like not fucked up. Like the truck was either parked on the side, like
Mhm.
still fine, and the trailer was on its side.
I wonder how much the trailer costs in comparison to like the actual truck.
Probably not much.
Yeah, it can't be, but the product inside the trailer probably
It's
pisses
worth it.
people
Yeah,
off, yeah.
if it's basically like just like a shipping container that can open that
I
has like a
wonder how
garage
many
door.
times like in a ramp, how many times
Yeah.
what's it called? Amazon has just like their how much merchandise they lost because
Every single day, I'm sure one of those trucks catches on
it
fire.
loses its like trailer.
Someone drives it into a lake by accident.
Could you
All the
imagine
time.
in like
Literally
what's
every
it
day.
called? Cowboy times if you were on a train and then the train got robbed and they released your cart. So you just stop on like halfway to your destination in the middle of nowhere. And if another train's coming, they don't know you're there.
Yeah.
And they're probably not gonna they're not gonna slow down fast enough.
No, but also at the same time, like those trains were only going like 35 miles an hour, so I guess braking is a lot easier back
Are they
then
only
than it
on
was.
35? Are you
Yeah, they
sure?
were super fucking slow. But the benefit was being able to move all those supplies without like
Supplies and
excessive
people.
manpower.
Well, it would be horsepower because they used horses back then, dude.
Well, yeah, but you need a lot of people to transport those goods because horses can only pull so much
It would
weight.
be so weird to live back then during like the Outlaws period.
Like during like the
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption time in
Yeah,
America.
dude. Could you
Yeah,
imagine?
it would be fucking hell.
Terrible. I would live in the north.
Everyone is mentally ill. Everyone's an alcoholic. Everyone owns firearms.
Everything's corrupt. They all shoot at each other.
Yeah, they're either like being like the nicest person to you, but like, yeah, come inside, eat with my family, my wife. You're just new to this town to being like, oh, you don't believe in the same God as me? I'm gonna pump 16 shots in your chest with my Winchester.
Wait, you actually talk to them?
Oh, you said you've hung out with a Native American? Can I show you my backyard real quick?
Yeah. Let's
Boom, boom.
wait. We got to reach it. Can you dig about 6 feet deep and like I don't know 6 feet lengthwise?
Yeah, and just kind of like just lay down at the bottom of it for me.
It should be down there. Just start digging that up and it'll be perfect. I can imagine being tricked into digging your own grave. Could you-
I don't. Well, maybe like
Most of the time they're not going to be tricked, but
Yeah, I was
being
gonna
stupid
say.
enough to be tricked into digging your own grave.
You get tricked into digging your own grave, that you're just retarded. You deserve to get shot and buried. But yeah, I was gonna say, I think most times people know they're digging their own grave, which
No.
is like, wouldn't you just not really take all that time? Because
Why
you're
would
doing
you
this
live
at
somewhere
their
that
benefit. You
happens?
could just be like, no, just shoot me. You have to deal with digging my body
Yeah, dude.
or digging the hole for my
Yeah,
body.
dude, shoot me now.
Yeah, shoot me now.
What do they think? Oh, I'm gonna dig this hole and I'm gonna not get shot and dumped in it.
Yeah, what am I gonna fucking dig this hole? And he's like, you know what? Since you dug that hole, you helped me out. I'm actually not gonna kill you. No,
You
the
dug-
point of the hole is
You
so
know
he can
what?
kill you. Why do that work for him?
This is what they think. They think I'm gonna dig this hole. He's gonna jump in here and commit suicide, and then I'm free. That's
Yeah,
what they
he's
think.
gonna
And
shoot
that's their
himself.
last hope.
He's gonna shoot himself. You're gonna
He's
grab
just
his
a really
gun.
considerate guy who's suicidal. That's what he's hoping.
I think, I mean, like, it would definitely suck, but I feel like, it would be kind
Yeah,
of
please
cool.
justify how it'd be fun to dig your own grave. Please.
No, I'm not talking about digging my own grave. I'm talking about being alive back then with
Oh,
like
yeah.
cowboys and shit. I think
Yeah.
that'd be cool because you could just pop people and the police
Do-
are like, you had to do what you had to
What are you
do.
talking about? It would suck.
Get
to
you and
ride
your dirty
horses.
penis into the one bar in
To
this
ride
town.
horses, it would hurt so bad.
Yeah, the horses part would suck. I'm just thinking about shooting at people. That's when guns were super dope.
It took forever to. I want to play Red Dead when I go home now.
Yeah, dude, Red Dead is tight. Shotguns,
Shoot
rifles,
some
repeaters just started coming
fun-
out. Basically assault rifles at that time.
Revolvers.
Yeah,
Cowboy hats.
yeah, it's all badass.
It's cool. It was definitely a really cool point in history. That's when like what's his name was Thomas Jefferson? No, who did the electricity? Sir, was it No,
Edison.
Edison. Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla. But that's so weird that they both like invented an engine at the same time.
Yeah,
They
and
were contemporaries and they reached it and they were completely different designs. That's insane.
it is, yeah, it is kind of crazy. It's just like
They
the
also
trend of the
hated each
century.
other. They had like a huge beef.
And you know what kind of really is really annoying? All like the people who like love Tesla and they like
Yeah.
talk about him online. Who gives a fuck? This guy was alive like 300 years ago. we have our energies in the wall, so that's
Yeah,
tight.
people like
We
to
don't have free
suck
floating
off.
electricity.
They like to suck off historical figures. Sometimes I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's weird. I'm sure there's unintended consequences to the Tesla.
I'm actually like 2% Mongolian. I must be related to Genghis Khan. Shit like that.
It is
It's
annoying.
so fucking annoying.
Just what are you?
You
Are you
shouldn't tell
white or are you
people. You
black? There's
shouldn't
two
tell people
options.
unless you're like 25% something. Then you can't claim it. I feel like you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand. Or even mention if you're like, I'm 7% African or from Sierra Leone. It's like, bitch, who cares?
Yeah, dude.
7%? What the fuck? You gotta think of it.
That's something that's an eye test, not something that I'm just gonna take your word
Yeah,
for.
okay, white girl. No, but
Okay, white
I
girl.
think about it in terms of like a pizza. Like if you're at least 12.5%, which is an eighth, which would be one full slice of pizza, if that's
Yeah.
different, you can mention that.
You just
Is
love
it,
the talking fractions.
well, I mean, it's just, yeah. A quarter, at least a quarter of my pizza. No, I don't
An
know. Three
eight
slices is Korean and a little
slices.
Japanese.
So you're a
That's how you know
quarter.
you're Korean. If you're Korean and you don't have Japanese in you, are you actually even Korean? That's a good question.
Dude, I don't know what you eat for lunch. Koreans just really like Japanese food.
No.
I'm obviously fucking with you.
Oh, yeah. I was actually thinking about it. I don't think I've really ever eaten Japanese food
You've had
before.
sushi, right? Isn't
No,
that from Japan? You haven't had sushi?
no, I haven't had legit sushi. I have kimbop, which is Korean sushi.
What's the difference? Is there a difference, or
Not a
is it just
lot.
a different name?
There's
Kind of like.
like cooked meat,
Mhm.
like chicken and beef and Korean
Oh yeah, because they
kimbop.
don't like seafood. They think it's for the poor. Isn't that what
Yeah.
you said?
Yeah, and there's like kimchi and there's like pickled veggies in there. It's like more it's like supposed to be like a full meal on the go.
Oh,
Sushi is
so
its
like a
own thing.
Lunchable,
Kinda, it's a Korean Lunchable.
Korean Lunchable.
Kimbap. Kimbap's the shit, dude.
Does Korea
Fuck
have its own
sushi. If
yamen
you
ramen?
really, yeah, all Asian people love noodles. Everyone has their own kind of noodle. Seriously though, for anyone who loves sushi, this year go try some fucking kimbap. I guarantee you, it's gonna be better than sushi. It's gonna blow up. I guarantee fucking it, and it's gonna piss me off. But you guys listen to the podcast. You deserve to know it first. Kimbap is the
Why is it
shit.
gonna snow on fucking Tuesday, dude? I just got an alert that it's gonna snow on Tuesday.
It's like
God damn
50
it!
degrees right now. Is it gonna snow here or just in Kentucky?
This I live in Cincinnati, you twerp. You're a real twerp.
Just here in
Have you ever
Cincinnati,
heard
what?
about the story of So in an elevator, there was, I believe, it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Wilt Chamberlain, and some guy got on the elevator, looked up at Wilt Chamberlain, and was like, "How's the weather up there?" And Wilt Chamberlain just spit on him and said, "Raining."
Damn. Spit on the top of his
Can you
bald
imagine
head.
meeting a yeah, dude? Bald people, they fucking hate their lives.
Every
They
single
want to
bald person
blow their brains out
looks like they're on
on
the
the verge
verge
of
of suicide.
suicide.
Yeah, exactly. They just
Yeah.
look that with the 1,000-yard stare
That's how
and
you can tell
depression
if
in their
someone's still
soul.
depressed if losing their hair.
Yeah. I saw this Indian guy at Costco yesterday. No shit, had the Homer Simpson haircut. He had like two
Dude,
little
people do
strands
that.
of
I don't
hair that went
understand it. They
across
just
his head.
won't let it go.
A majority of his head was bald. Dude, just shave the top of your head. Just have like just babes, go lock that back door.
Hey, have you ever dreamed about being at work, dude? That has to be
Not
it
really.
happened to me this week, and that's like the most fuck you by whatever, like God, I guess, if God chooses my dreams, that's the biggest fuck you possible to dream about somewhere that you have to spend somewhere that they pay you because they know it sucks. Like, what the hell? I don't want to dream about being at work. I want to dream about, I don't know, nothing's ideal because then you can just wake up and it's just like, oh, I remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah,
But if you dream about shit, you forget what you did the day before. It's weird.
it is weird. I typically don't dream, which is nice. I had a dream about the police yesterday because you were talking about them.
That's the
That's
sound of the police.
just, yeah, scary dreams.
Dude,
But
I don't know.
other than that, no, I don't really dream about being at work. I do dream more so than being at work. I dream about seeing my coworkers.
That sucks too.
Yeah, it's like, why the fuck do I want to see? I used to look at your dumbass face for 8 hours a day.
I
Oh,
remember
what?
dreaming a lot more as a kid. I don't know when that stops, but I dreamed a lot more as a kid.
I think you grow out of it, kind of.
You stop
What?
getting enough sleep.
Yeah, what adult is dreaming like a child ever? Would you trust that adult?
No.
It feels like I had a dream where I was on a pirate ship and I started flying and I flew up to my house. I was in the clouds. You'd be like, this guy's retarded. It's adults still
guy's
dream
never
like
dream-
children.
This
They're
guy's
retarded.
never drank his feelings away.
Yeah,
If he's
unless
still
40%
dreaming like a
of
child.
sleep is just having nightmares, you're not an adult.
Yeah, dude. If you're not stressed out where it takes you about 45 minutes at least to fall asleep,
You know what's
what
so
is
funny to
wrong with
me?
you? What?
This sleeping epidemic in this country that just no one is talking about. Every single person does something, but like no one just lays down in bed and goes to sleep. Everyone has a routine. Everyone is like
Mhm.
drinking or takes medication. Like every single person. Yeah, yeah, fucking blasting off,
Fucking
popping off.
fucking stroking the one-eyed monster.
Yeah, everyone has something. No one can just lay down and be like, that was a productive day. I'm going to rest now. And
If
no
you
one does
can, you're
that.
a psychopath.
Yeah.
Even religious people have to pray before they fall asleep. They all have their own routine. You just don't do anything and you touch your bed and you're just like,
I'm
night
talking about
night, and you fall
I'm
asleep.
talking about like doing drugs specifically. Like people,
Oh,
a lot of people take like fucking
I
drugs
feel like
all the
praying to
time.
God might be like a drug for people who are super religious.
Yeah, because it like tricks your brain. It's like the
They
placebo
probably get a
effect.
dopamine
Every
release. It's
time
not
you
a placebo. Okay,
Every
fuck
time,
you.
well, I mean, kind of is. You're doing something without actually doing something, and it has an effect on your body. Like if you take a sugar pill and you think
Yeah,
it's going to
yeah,
make your headache
yeah.
go away,
I
and it
get it,
does,
big guy.
it's your body
I
doing
get
it.
what you're yapping about.
So maybe after they pray, it feels like a Xanax, and they just pass right out.
How how crazy would it be if you have a cancer drug that's 100% effective with terminal patients, and during the during the trial, one of the people in the control group also went into remission, and that sinks your entire trial because someone spontaneously recovered on the placebo.
That would fucking be
That
like.
would be brutal.
I think it
A
just goes.
medical miracle happened, so your drug that has 100% success rate doesn't go through.
That would suck, but I think the scientific community, like, they don't actually like they don't hate the placebo effect because if they make medications and let's say like it only really has an effectiveness of like 55%, but 80% of people who take it say they feel better, then their drug's 80% effective.
Hmm.
And they can advertise that because it's like, yeah, 25% of you are going to get tricked into thinking that it's working when it's not. It's just a
This
placebo effect.
drug cures cancer 115% of the time.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's people who have weird remedies all the time, and it's like, no, this always
Yeah,
works.
you
I
can
eat
like
a pound
lick a
of
toad
ginger
in
every
Asia
time I
and
have a
they act
bellyache,
like you're
and
gonna
it
be a
goes away.
king. They're like you're gonna survive anything if you lick a toad in Asia.
True. Well,
Yeah.
actually, you know what? You can't actually licking a toad is not actually how you trip. You have to get the toad's like back secretion, which is psychedelic, onto like a piece of glass. Then you have to heat the glass up to get all of the water off. You scrape what's left,
Dude,
and
I'm
then you
never gonna
smoke
get
that.
high off a toad.
Well, I'm just saying.
Why would anyone want to get high off a secretion?
I
It's that's one of the grossest words ever. You want to put something that's been secreted in your body?
it kind of
Holy
if you
moly!
think about it, like poisons and psychedelic drugs and even
They should
recreational
all be
drugs
from plants, dude.
are
Why?
well, that's what I'm saying. They're all produced naturally. Like there's a lot of plants that naturally contain nicotine in them. Just a small, like a
Yeah,
very
tobacco.
yeah, well, tobacco, but like I think there's like nicotine in apples as well. Like in the leaves of apples. There's
Everybody start chewing local apple trees.
well, that's the thing is that you can find people online who are talking about how apple juice or something like that, eating an apple will give you as much energy as drinking a cup of coffee because there's some complex
They're
compound or something
probably
that wakes you up.
diabetic and they're getting their sugar.
I don't know. I've read
That's
this. I've seen
silly,
this
boy.
online. I would never actually do it. I'm always going to grab a Celsius or an Alani and not like two apples and be like, this is going to wake me up. That's insane.
But you know what my gym teacher told me in 7th grade how he likes to wake up? He gets a bucket, or not a bucket, he gets like a big ass cup of ice
You gotta hold
water.
them, Mike.
He gets a big ass cup of ice water and he chugs it. And that's how he wakes up. Yeah, that's gonna wake you up because you're getting an adrenaline rush. You just went from groggy to your body like thinking it's surrounded in like or like not negative, but like 15-degree water because you're gulping it down. Yeah, your body thinks it's dying. That's why you woke up all of a sudden. You psychopath. You want to start your day every day with your body being like, holy shit, this is the
Like
end.
legit freaking out. It's
Yeah.
spasming. It thinks it's dying. You're literally
You
shocking your
sick
body, and it's like
bastard.
this is how I start every single day. I'm just gonna shock my fucking system with 32-degree water.
You know what's fun? I
Who
don't
was
know.
that? You said in kindergarten?
No, 8th grade
Oh,
or
who was
7th
it?
grade. Joseph.
Oh,
He
well,
was a psychopath.
he's crazy as all
You know
hell.
something else
He was
really
cool
weird
too.
that I
He was so
remember him?
cool.
He wasn't cool, dude. Shut up.
He was the best. He
Um,
just let me skip class all the time.
maybe he was cool. Another teacher, another gym teacher. This one they let teach math, which was a mistake. And we were sitting in math, and someone was like, "Why do we need to know this?" And he goes, "Well, well, you guys just look at." And he points at the prettiest girl in the class, and he goes, "Like she's like a stripper, like her." Looking at the prettiest girl, saying, "Once their body goes away, they need something to fall back on."
Oh my
So
god.
and we were like 12, but not 12. We were like 13 or 14. So this man just openly said a 13-year-old was like hot and could
Yeah.
be a stripper. That
It's
was
like,
so
you
weird.
guys see Mackenzie, the sexiest 14-year-old in this
Yeah,
room right
dude.
now? She should be a stripper.
But she needs math for when she can't strip no more.
What the fuck? That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got in trouble. I'm sure someone's
I don't think
parent
anyone
heard
said
them.
anything, dude.
I'm sure Mackenzie's mom or whoever the fuck it was, when she went home, she was like, because dude, girls are like straight up grown women by the
It's
time
the
they get to
same
high
guy that
school.
kept trying to rush me back from. Oh, it was also the wrestling coach. This was the 1 year I did wrestling. And wrestling sucks. Anyone who enjoys wrestling is just fucking weird. But anyway, so I did wrestling my 1 year. It was like I went through it. I was the only one in my weight class. And then I get into a match with a guy that's just better than me. I'm in 7th grade. He's in 8th grade. He's been doing this way longer. And he slams me to the mat so hard, I lose consciousness for like 2 seconds. And I get up.
Nice.
I get up and I'm like, Coach, I need to see the trainer. My head's killing me. He goes, Oh, you just have a headache. Let's go get you a pack of ice. And he's like, all right,
Let's get you an ice
he
cream
just needs a
sandwich, Michael.
peck of ice for his head. He's fine. He's fine. And the trainer's like, no, I need to do an evaluation.
Yeah.
Obviously, shows the evaluation. I have a concussion. That lasts 2 months.
Shit.
Dude, 2 months worth of concussion. And this man was trying to get me to rush back to wrestle another person with concussion.
Oh yeah, they don't
And
give a
I was
fuck.
in his math class, so every day in math class, he would ask me to come back to the wrestling team. So even after the concussion was gone, I just didn't go back, and I'd never wrestled again. Like, what the fuck? You can't wrestle. Like, no one even likes wrestling.
No, wrestling sucks, and I've definitely wrestled with a concussion before. It's no fun.
It's not fun, dude.
Because as soon as you wrestle, you're immediately gassed because your brain is fucking damaged.
I think I was
They
allergic.
don't remember that.
I think I was allergic to the gym mats, honestly, because I could never breathe.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It was rough.
Wrestling is just, it's way harder than football.
Yeah.
10 seconds of wrestling feels like playing an entire game of football.
Not 10 seconds, but like I would say
One
of
round,
them-
one round.
One round, yeah.
Yeah, you're
Sometimes they make you
gassed.
wrestle multiple times a day.
A tournament? Dude,
Yeah,
you
dude,
can wrestle
that
up to like 7
suck.
times a day. You want to hear something funny?
course.
I have a story about Coach Joseph. So me and my buddy Blake skipped his. We were in gym. We didn't have him for math. We just had him for gym. So we skipped our gym
They
class.
did not let him teach math.
Yeah, they did.
Coach Joseph?
Yeah.
What math class did he teach, dude?
He taught like an
Remedial?
older. No, he taught like an older.
I don't believe he knows how to do math, dude.
I think it was just by the book. It must have been.
He must have just been reading it. He was not smart, dude. That's like cutting the. Never mind. Continue.
Oh my god, you're about to say something super fucked up. I can
I was
see
gonna
it.
talk about Tackett.
Oh.
There's another gym teacher that told his class about how he almost stomped someone to death in high school.
Yeah, he was crazy.
He was actually crazy. Like he's also never mind. I'm not gonna.
I
try
saw
and go
him.
anymore.
I saw him at line for the Mac Miller concert.
He went to that.
Yeah, he was
Of
there.
course he did. He's a legend.
We saw him. Me and the couple people we went with. We were like,
How old were you?
Tackett! Maybe like 15 or 16.
I thought you were younger when you went to that.
No, dude, he came over. He was wearing like a fucking Iron Maiden or Metallica shirt. He's like, "What's up, guys?"
He was probably out of his mind.
And the people in line were like, "Who is that? Like old guy you're talking to?" We were
talking to
like,
these
"It's our fucking
minors.
teacher at high school," and everyone in line was like, "Fuck yeah!" He got a lot of love.
You gotta respect someone who goes to a Mac Miller concert when you're like probably pushing
Dude,
60.
and his son was crazy too.
What is? I heard that it sounds crazy. Didn't he get expelled?
Yeah, I don't know if he got expelled, but
What
he
did he
definitely got in a
do?
lot of trouble.
Besides drugs,
He was
what
like
did he
just
do?
drugs, skipping school and everything, making his I don't know.
My neighbor across the street's not allowed at Cedar Point anymore because he jumped into the lake with a roller coaster goes through.
What the fuck?
I know, what a fucking idiot. He
Gonna
also
die?
got arrested because he would go around to people's houses at night and shine like a laser pointer on the TV of the houses.
The
of
actual
TV.
fuck is wrong with
Yeah,
this guy?
he's just a weirdo
That is a
sex pervert.
crazy sex pervert thing to do.
Yeah, dude, that's how sex perverts start.
All right, so listen, we're in Coach Joseph's gym class. We skip. We walk, and I know you know what I'm talking about. We walk from the gym past the cafeteria to that playground that's attached. So me and my friend Blake are just chilling on the swings, and we see Coach Joseph like turn the corner around the cafeteria. He's like doing this, looking. He spots us and like does like a fucking beeline over. We're both like, "Fuck!" Like he fucking sees us or whatever. So he's coming over here and he's like, Gentlemen, we need to come back to class." And so we like stood up and we started walking. And he was like, why'd you guys skip today? He's like, "We're just doing this. Why'd you guys skip?" And I looked at Coach Joseph and I was like, "Coach, I'm gonna be honest with you. Blake is questioning if he likes girls or if he likes boys."
Oh my
And
god.
Coach Joseph and Blake looked at me like, "What the fuck?" And Coach Joseph looked at Blake. He goes, "Are you serious?" And Blake just like didn't know where to go. He was like, "Yeah." And I looked at Coach Joseph and I was like, I was trying to tell
Could you
him.
imagine if he
I was
put-
trying to tell him that it's okay because his parents are very religious, and Blake is also super religious too. Like his parents are very religious, so we don't think they'll take that news well. And I'm just telling him it's okay to be himself. And so he was walking back with us, and he was talking to Blake. He was like, I've known a lot of guys that date and marry men, and so it's okay. It's not like some of them are like the most like tough guys I know. And the entire time, Blake just had to take an ear beating from Coach Joseph, thinking he was
Yeah,
gay,
could
and
you
trying
imagine
to like
if
be like
Joseph-
pump for him, be like a good teacher, be like, it's okay, like
But
you
he
don't have
wasn't
to.
gay.
No,
Could you
he's just
imagine if
fucking.
Joseph sent him to like the counselor because you said that he was having trouble
You
coming
know-
out to his parents? How far would Blake be willing to say that? Take it before he was like, I was
bet-
just trying to skip class.
I bet if he got called down to the counselor, because I'm pretty sure like once shit like that happens, there's a duty to notify like school counselors and shit. Because that child is going to be struggling if they're not already. So they have to get a
Come
support
out.
system in place. So I'm sure there was a note on Blake's file that he's struggling with his homosexuality.
Oh, it would have been just so good. I wonder how many sessions he'd be willing to put up with before he was like, dude, it was a joke. I'm
Probably
straight.
8 minutes of the first one. He'd probably just be like, "Okay, maybe they'll let me go in, like,
This is
5,
the
10 minutes if
this
I
is
say I'm
the
okay."
end.
And then if they kept pushing it, they'd be like, "We know you wanna suck dick, boy."
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "No, no, okay, we were just skipping. He just lied and I went with it because I didn't wanna get in trouble,
Or if
but I
he
don't care anymore."
or if he just doubled down and was like, yeah, it's all cool. Yesterday my parents caught me watching gay porn and they were cool with it. I don't need to be in here
Yeah, me and
anymore.
my dad watched it together.
That's
It was
how
actually
that's how
pretty
I feel like
bonding.
me and you would have tried to get out of it. Most people would have just been like, no, it was a joke. It's a joke. People would just been like, oh, I already came out and it was fine. You can take that out of my file instead of no, I was trying to get out of skipping.
I would just anonymously email the counselor, be like, "Hey, it's Michael. I'm struggling again. Can you calm me down after 8 times?"
I'd be
You
pissed.
get called down, you're like, "Fuck, did I get in trouble or something?" And the counselor's like, "Come on, I heard you're having
And
problems
then I would
again." You're
just
like,
like then
"Motherfucker,
I
I'm
would
here
just
again."
be like, oh, I thought you'd pull me out next period when I had a test. Can you try again later?
Yeah, be like, "I'm not really sad right now. I'll be sad in
Is
45
this not
minutes."
what is this because it would be so ridiculous. After like the fourth time I got called down, I'd be like, obviously I'm not. Someone's messing with you. I would get pissed after the third time.
Dude, I remember in high school, whenever I had a problem with any teacher or anything, I'd be like, "Fuck this." I would just get up from class and go walk down to the office and go talk to the counselor. I wouldn't give a shit. I would just knock on her door, and sometimes she'd be, like, talking to someone,
Dude, I did
and she'd
my
be like, "Can you wait in the hallway?" And the kid was always like, "Yeah, I guess." And then I'd go in there and be like, "Fucking this teacher just fucking motherfucked me in front of
you
everyone."
cuss?
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, I didn't drop F-bombs like that, but I was like, "They're making me feel really freaking or, like, really freaking stupid. I'm sick of this shit. I don't like it. I don't know. I can't say anything because they just think I'm being disrespectful."
You're a regular. Dude,
Yeah,
I
dude,
was
shout
just
out to
disrespectful in high school.
my school counselor. She was a G.
I was just disrespectful to teachers because
Yeah, of
they
course.
always go at the pace of like the slowest kid.
Yeah, and not only that,
They're super like, I don't want anyone to be smarter than anybody else, so we all have to learn
and
exactly
teachers just
this.
always kinda pick on one student, like, if everyone's being loud, they'll pick on one
Oh,
student
it
to be
was
like,
me every
"Shut
time.
up." Yeah,
It was me
it
every
was
time.
me too. So at a certain point, I'd be like, "Fuck you, you're just singling me
So
out."
yeah, I would just be havoc in their class if they singled me out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
I
it
did
was
it in
just
Spanish and I did it in English with the study center teacher we both had.
and you know you can't get in trouble for swearing in school.
You know, what are they
The
gonna
teachers
do?
are just gonna be like, you can't talk like that." And
That's
you'd be like, "Okay."
disrespectful. I'm sorry, my bad. I won't fuck up again.
Yeah. Or you if you curse at the teacher, they would say something, but if you curse at your friend, you'd be like, "Shut the fuck up."
They don't
They
care.
wouldn't. They'd be like, "Ugh, whatever."
Dude, one teacher, this kid, I don't know why, he just kept making that jokes about this girl being on her period and it bleeding through her jeans. And the teacher just started laughing. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, teachers do not care. I think they've seen so much shit that
They're just so jaded to everything that unless it's like something serious, it doesn't really register.
so some of my friends, they were in like the classes with the kids that were just like, oh, these kids aren't going anywhere. Like this is just ridiculous. And one kid pulled out his testicles in the middle of the class.
What the
He was like,
fuck?
"Hey, look at this," and then he just flashed his testicles.
Oh my god.
So then I called my friend Scrotum for the next 3 years.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Subscribe them.
hey Scrotum. I made fake business cards with his name, his number, his social medias, and it said, "I will pay you to view your scrotum." So, but then my dad found them. He
Oh
made me
yeah,
throw
you
them
should tell
away.
that. Wrap up the podcast with that
All
story.
right, so what happened was my friend, he saw someone's scrotum and he wouldn't shut up about seeing the scrotum in class. And I was like, dude, I'm going to punish you for this if you don't shut up. And he didn't shut up. So his birthday was coming around and I was like, I'm going to order him some business cards. So I went to like, what was Vistaprint or some shit. And I was like, I'm going to get 100 cards because it's on a sale right now. I can get 100, or no, 1,000 of these business cards for $10. So fuck yeah, I'm doing that. I have my
Yeah.
job. I can spend my own
I
fucking
got
money.
$10.
So I made the business cards. It was like a hardwood finish, and it said his name, his social media, and then in big print it would say, "I will pay to view your scrotum." And it had its phone number and Snapchat. So I ordered these, and my dad, being a nosy little dick face, he opened my mail. It had my name on it, and it was from Vistaprint. Like, what'd you order from Vistaprint? You nosy fuck. He opened it, and it said he saw him, and he freaked the fuck out as soon as I walked in the door. And I was like, dude, fucking chill. It's a
It's a
joke.
prank, dude.
I'm not gonna show these to people. Like, what do you think? Obviously, my friend's cool with it. It's fucking funny. And then he's like, no, and he lost his mind. He made me throw them away. Then he was like, I think you're gonna dig them back out later. I'm gonna pour olive oil on him. And I was like, what's that gonna go for, Dad? And he poured olive oil on him, and then like he went and took an anger nap because that's what old men do when they get upset with their kids. They go, "Hey, take a nap."
They got all tired out.
So I just got the ones out of the trash can that didn't have olive oil, and I took them over to my friend, and I was like, "Hey, look
Obviously.
at this!" And then I passed them out to our other friends.
Oh my god,
One
dude.
of my friends put one in like a notebook in a Kroger, and I was pissed. I was like, "Dude, you can't fucking do that. What if a kid finds out and shows their parents? I'm gonna get in fucking trouble, dude." I was so pissed
Did
when
it
he
have
did
any
that.
of your info on it though?
No, but if they found my friend with his number, He'd be like, he'd turn on me so quick. I guarantee you, this man from Africa would not have been like, yeah, dude, no, that was mine. I did that. I was
Yeah, he
looking for
wouldn't own
love.
up to that.
No,
No,
no, he'd be like, it was that white kid over there, and then I'd have to be like,
that white gay kid.
ah, shucks. Thinking back on it, that might have been one of the first times I had a manic episode. Is when I ordered those business
No,
cards.
it's a funny ass
It
prank.
is a
That's
funny
something
ass prank,
funny
dude.
people do. It's
I
a
can't
funny
believe,
prank. You're
dude. My
not wrong.
parents are just fucking
Your dad
nerds.
is so gay
He's
about
such a
that.
nerd. Older people are so nerdy. It's so fun to mess with people.
I would.
They made my brother talk to me about it, and I was like, dude, if you have to admit that's funny as fuck. My brother's just such a loser. He's like, no, Michael, you can't do that. You can get in trouble for impersonating people. And I was like, what do you want from me, dude? I had my friend text my mom and was like, no, it's funny. I thought it was cool. And they still jumped down my throat. I was like, what is wrong with you people, dude? It's funny as fuck.
It is funny.
If someone calls him, he's got to be like, no, I don't want to see your scrotum.
Yeah, I didn't make
And then
those.
it's 2 clicks to just block them.
Exactly.
And
It's
that's not
easy.
even like I didn't even give out the damn business cards. I did consider for a while just going down around to restaurants and like where you leave your business card to get a free lunch and leaving his business card. So I think that'd be so funny, but I never
Like
did.
Chipotle calls him like, "Hey, you got a free lunch," and he
Hey,
goes in and he's like,
hey.
"What?" And it's his business card's like the scrotum's like, "Oh fuck."
Oh, it's paying off. It's
They
paying
would
off.
pick that one to see who comes in to pick up the free
They'd
lunch.
just be like, you sick fuck.
Yeah, they'd be like, "You are a
Who are
sicko.
you giving these to, you sicko?
Take your fucking
Just
Chipotle and
like a
leave."
6'3" overweight African man coming to pick up
Oh my
Chipotle
god,
with
he's
a
a giant
beard.
too.
Not 6, probably 6'1", a beard and like a top pay, just go to pick up Chipotle, having no idea, and then they see a card that says, "I will pay to see your scrotum" with your name on it.
Jesus
It
fucking
goes,
Christ.
"Oh, that's why I won." So guys, if you want to win those free lunches, just make up. I will pay to view your scrotum and put them in, and they'll want to see who it is. And I think that should be where we end it.
Yeah,
On
we should
that
probably wrap it
advice.
up there.
All right, guys,
Peace out.
have a good time.